Welcome back, folks. CJ, Monty, and I still licking our wounds from the Elon beating. But it is interesting, guys, that right at the Fibonacci number, Elon came out and said that Tesla hasn't sold any Bitcoin. And since then, we have not violated further to the downside. But it's been a pretty ugly drop from hanging there in the mid 50s last week to now breaking all the way through 43 earlier until that tweet came out. So it's one of those situations that you always kind of I know you guys must laugh whenever you see somebody on TV say it, but it's always easy to say buy the dip, BTFD. And it's always easy when somebody on TV is saying, well, yeah, I hope I get to buy it cheaper. There's lots of ways to do that if you want to do it. One of the ways is to sell a put. Then you're sort of obligating yourself to buy it cheaper if you get a sign. And the reason I'm going there, CJ and Monty, is because I think a lot of people, not necessarily were short puts, but I think we got a lot of folks blown out from the 48,000 level all the way down to where it broke on the leveraged on Deribit, on Binance, on a whole bunch of the exchanges that give you as much leverage as you want. I think a bunch of those folks were getting blown out because that certainly is what it looked like. Elon had done what he did Sunday night for the most part, Sunday during the day and maybe Sunday night. But gosh, I got Charlie Shrem calling in. I'm almost tempted to try to bring him in. But I didn't tell him I was going to do that, so I'm not going to do that to him. So I'll just tell Charlie we'll get back to him, and let me see. I'll say, can I call you later? But anyway, I'm sure there was a lot of that, guys. I'm sure there was a lot of liquidation selling, just like we saw last time when we saw this significant move about, 6 weeks ago? Same sort of thing?
Yeah, John, that's exactly what looks to be the case. And, like last time, we kind of smashed through some pretty critical support levels because of that, fear, uncertainty, and doubt that's spreading throughout the market because of those tweets from Elon Musk. One level in particular that CJ and I highlighted as a very important support level was this level here of 47K. And, before Elon even tweeted, Bitcoin was kind of looking a little bit weaker than it usually does. It's been trading in this range sideways for over a month now. And, it was kind of approaching that upper channel. It was looking to be a bit overbought. So it was susceptible to some negative sentiment creeping through the market. And when Elon put that tweet out, it pretty much negated this 47K level. But CJ, I got to give you props because you pointed out the importance of this level, this 42, 43K level. And, in the interim, it does look like we may have found a bottom here. We got some building volume. We got this TD sequential buy 9. What are you thinking, CJ? Do you think this is where we find some support in the interim, or are we still headed for some more bearish price action?
Yes. Last time we hit a TD buy 9, big bullish engulfing candle following it.
Yes.
I am waiting for that, and I'm looking for that very diligently. I hope we see that either today or tomorrow. That'll give me the confirmation to step into a long trade and to ride Bitcoin up throughout this next reaction rally. Does that mean we go straight back up to all-time highs or even into the 50,000s? No, but nothing goes up or down in a straight line. And I think there's got to be a very strong reaction rally after such a harsh sell-off we've experienced this weekend.
Yeah, CJ, historically, that's what we've seen. And, it's going to be really interesting, I think, this week to just watch a lot of the altcoins because they've experienced a similar sell-off. And if Bitcoin does get that reaction rally that you're talking about, I think that could really send a lot of alts to some bullish price action in a very unexpected way. We haven't seen such a heavy sell-off in the crypto market since that previous correction that John was mentioning with all those levered longs. I think now that we've seen a lot of the alts correct, there's going to be a lot of really good buying opportunities in the market. So if we do get a reaction rally in Bitcoin, I expect a reaction rally in the alts but to an even larger extent.
Yeah, you mentioned the TD by 9 and that technical setup. Not only is that exclusive to Bitcoin, but many alts are in that same technical setup, which we'll get to when we get to the Doge of the day.
Yeah, let's hop to our Doge of the day right away, CJ, because I'm pretty excited about today. But actually, before we start talking about today's Doges of the day, you sent me one that you picked last week that you wanted to talk about because I think the volume was really worth noting for this asset. So you want to tell us about your pick last week and why it's coming back up today?
Yes, what we picked this, I believe, on the 12th of last week. And that was because of that massive highlight in volume that you can see below. Anytime we saw that volume historically, we had seen large price rises and buyers had been willing to step up and push price at that level. Now that the market is kind of turning, or at least in a very technical position to turn, at least for the short term, I think Aave is still very bullish and has been trending throughout. And so that was one from last week that really paid off in terms of looking at the volume and really paying attention to when we get those significant spikes and buy pressure steps in. But being said, aside from being bullish on Aave, I do like KNC. So that's going to be my Doge of the day. That's strictly a technical setup because it's one of those that's hitting the TD by 9 on the daily charts. Mana is another one.
Hey, whoa.
Yeah, you don't get to pick two.
CJ, come on. There's only so many alts
sorry.
we can pick from
I'm
here.
sorry.
You're getting ahead of yourself. But before I go to mine, I just did want to point out, I love what you did here, CJ, and you compared the 1 hour chart with the daily chart, because I think if we look at these two time frames, this makes a great case for an interim pop because, we're pressing up against this moving average, a historically critical level of support. We tend to bounce off these moving averages, whether they're acting as support or resistance. So on the 1 hour time frame, we're looking set for a reversal. And then obviously on the daily time frame as well, we're bottoming on that TD sequential 9. So I like that pick, and I'm actually going to be looking to add to my Kyber position this morning as well. But you went ahead and spoiled my Doge of the day, so I'll hop into it. That is Mana. And yeah, full disclosure, I'm holding Mana. I've been holding it, and I really like where it's at technically today for a lot of the same reasons that CJ just mentioned with the TD sequential by 9. We're bottoming here on this by 9. It's also, it's very slight, but we're getting some building volume. And this TD sequential by 9 looks a little bit different than the other ones because we're already seeing a bit of bullish price action kicking into this candle. So what else encourages me about this is the fact that there really isn't much resistance until that previous all-time high of $1.63. So even just an interim reversal, I think could lead to Mana running back up to $1.63. So from a technical perspective, this looks great. Also fundamentally, I believe in the NFT space, even if there isn't much speculation there right now. I do think when Bitcoin does start, really going parabolic, that's when the NFT speculation is going to pick back up. But in the interim, I think Mana is set for reversal. So that is my Doge of the day today.
I'm going to go with EOS, guys. EOS. It's been one that I've traded here a couple of times. It's right now about $9.13. It's been basically $8.81 to $10 in the last 24 hours. It was last Tuesday last week. It was a $14 stock or a $14 coin. It's bouncing right on this $9 line. And it's got several hits where it's just traded through it and come back up. I think if you get a signal like some volume pickup here, you want to pick this one up at that level. So that's going to be EOS is my Doge of the day today.
Very nice. Very nice. Well, I think that's all we got for today. Should be an interesting week. We're looking like we may be finding a bottom here, guys. So watch out for that. If you want to hang out with CJ and I, you can try the crypto room for just $1 for the first month. You can check that out at markrebellion.com/try crypto. We have a pro charting service, which you just saw all these charts here, an ever-growing community of active traders all around the world. We publish actionable trade insights, we publish news, we do weekly webinars, and so much more. So if you're interested in that, come check it out. And also, thank you to Voyager for sponsoring this show. Go check them out. They offer some super competitive interest rates, up to 10% if you're holding Voyager, 9% if you're not. So go check them out. Thank you so much to them for sponsoring this show. And as always, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. See you soon.
Thank you.